my morning pages and a sunrise swim in the Bay of Kotor. It's a pretty good way to start the day. We're just going to try and go for a little run. I say little because I've hurt my hip. I've done something to it about a couple of weeks ago after my big run, and I've self-diagnosed myself with runner's piriformis syndrome, thanks to Dr. Google. It's the only thing that kind of seems to make sense, because if the pain feels like quite deep, like where the hip, like it's when I move, like when I walk, that movement of moving my leg. So I don't know how to explain this really. Not very coherent. Anyway, but I've just been trying to do a lot of stretches and exercises and trying to rest as much as I can, which is really challenging when you're traveling. So you're obviously walking a lot every day as you're exploring. So I haven't been on a run for 2 weeks since it started hurting, but we have been walking, some days more than others. And I've been really consistent with my stretching and things like that. So yeah, I'm going to give a run a go today, see how I go. Hopefully it doesn't hurt, but if any of you guys have experienced this before, let me know how you kind of went about it, because yeah, it's a bit of a bugger. We're hoping to do a couple of half marathons in England, and we also just love, like when we get to a new place, just going for a run and exploring the city that way. So I'm a little bit bummed Jesse's going to go for a much bigger run than me today. I'm just going to do a very small run and see how it goes. I really don't want to make it any worse than it already is. Plus it's already so hot, like we're well and truly in the thick of the summer, which is beautiful, but I think I've mentioned before, like as much as I love summer, I also kind of struggle with the heat a lot, which is a bit ironic coming from Australia where it's hot all the time basically. But yeah, it's so beautiful. We're really loving Tivat so far. It's such a gorgeous place. And I'll give you guys a little apartment tour maybe in a couple of weeks, because this accommodation is just so beautiful. We love this so much more than Portugal because it's got so much natural light, so many windows, and the view is just incredible. And I love waking up to the church bells. It's so beautiful. So let's go for a run, see how we go. I'll let you guys know how I go. Ended up doing about just over 4 kilometers. We found this beautiful beach just outside of Tivat. It's about 2 kilometers away. So we're going to go there tomorrow because it is so pretty. It was just the most clearest blue water and boats, and it was absolutely gorgeous. There's so much more to Tivat than the little strip that we've seen so far. So yeah, we're really excited to go and explore. My hip is sore, but I'm really proud of myself for how much I actually managed to get done. I did not think that I was going to be able to get 4 kilometers done, and it doesn't feel too bad. So I'm just going to keep up with my stretches and my exercises. It is such a beautiful day, so I think we're going to have some breakfast at home and then go for a swim and go to a cafe and stuff. So really excited just to get out and explore. We are just heading out for the evening. This is the look I have on my House of Seaweed dress, just some little heels and a black bag to tie in with all the accessories. It looks absolutely beautiful here in the evening. It just really comes to life with all the restaurants and the shops and the bars. So really excited just to go around, have a nice sunset dinner and just take our time. I'm journaling a lot lately, which you guys will have seen me including in some of my vlogs. To be honest, it's kind of a habit that I go in and out of. I'm never really that consistent with it. I kind of go through phases, but I do find that it really helps organize my thoughts. And honestly, my brain is just such a busy place all the time that it can get a little bit overwhelming. So I just like even just to write down my thoughts. But I did mention in a vlog a couple of weeks ago that I wanted to be more present, and that sometimes because I'm always so busy, both in my mind and in my life, that I kind of forget to slow down and really appreciate where I'm at. So I've actually been using journaling while I'm out to really sort of focus on be present on the places where I'm at. So just like writing down what I can see, what I'm doing, what I can feel, things like that. Plus it's been a lot of fun. Like I'm excited in the future when I'll be able to look back on my journal and be like, remember the activities that I did, because at the time I'm writing it down in so much detail that those little details will get forgotten in the future. So it's been a lot of fun. But we're here, we're in Montenegro, and we are loving it so far. We've only been here a couple of days, so we're still settling in. We've got the rest of the month to explore, so we've just taken it super slow. It is lovely. The only thing is that I will say is that because we're staying in Tivat, obviously that's not very traditional Montenegro. It's newer, it's been a lot more developed, it's a lot more catered towards tourism, so it's obviously not very traditional Montenegro. So I'm really excited to kind of get out of Tivat and go on some day trips and explore. I have so much to do and so much to show you guys. I'm really excited for the next month. We're going to some really beautiful places, and of course I'll be bringing you guys along with me. But for now, we're just exploring Tivat, and that's what this vlog is all about. It's all about just exploring Tivat, taking it really slow and just settling in. I am working on doing a more day in the life kind of vlog, because I know I've had a few questions on my Instagram and here on YouTube as well, what I get up to during the week, because I work remote. So for those of you who are new here, or for those of you who have been following for a while, I work completely remote. I generally tend to work in the morning because that's just the best time for me, and then I have the entire day free. So I will be taking you guys along with me in like a little day in the life, what I get up to, but that might come in the next week or two. So today we need to get some groceries, and I have been hunting down some bookshops. I read online that there wasn't really a big selection of bookshops that have English books available, but I did manage to find, just down the corner from where we are staying, there is a little bookshop, and it had the tiniest selection of English books, and a lot of them were classics like Ernest Hemingway and Charles Dickens, and even like a lot of sort of those more self-help books, like the non-fiction books. But I did manage to pick up this little number, and I'm excited because it's called The Bastard of Istanbul. Now, I have been reading the Throne of Glass series and I've been loving it, but I like to sort of take my time with series books because I don't want to just consume them all at once. I like kind of reading little books in between so that I'm not just reading 7 books about the same thing. And I really, considering we're doing Europe summer at the moment, I really wanted to read some sort of Europe summer inspired books, but because I can't buy a lot of books here in person, and Amazon doesn't ship here either, and I'm just not a fan of reading ebooks, a lot of the books that I do want to read aren't available. So I did find this one, and so far I'm only probably 2 chapters in, and it's been good so far. It starts out based in Istanbul. So far I'm really liking it. I'll keep you guys up to date and let you know how I got on with the rest of it. So that is basically our plan for today. I'm going to take this book to the beach that I ran past yesterday, and then we're going to go and hunt down some groceries, and then I think we're going to go out for dinner tonight because it's going to be such a beautiful sunset. Anyway, the day is getting on, so let's go. so pretty. It's only like not even 2 kilometers from where we're staying, so we're like only 100 meters away from the first swim spot that we went to yesterday. But this swim spot is so much nicer. It's a lot busier, but I quite like it. And there's like this tiny little pebble beach and then this most beautiful crystal clear water. It's nice just to kind of get out of the more sort of touristy part of Montenegro. We haven't yet explored other parts of Montenegro, but I imagine it's probably going to be a little bit more like this than where we're staying. It's so lovely. We just spent the whole afternoon swimming and reading and attempting to dive into the water, but not very well. It's just been a really lovely day. I think most of my days are going to now look like this. After we finish work, we'll probably just come for a swim and just chill out. So it's going to be a really nice month. I'm excited to spend the next month here. Feels a lot more like a European summer. I'm excited to bring you guys along with me. I think our midweek's going to be pretty chill, and then our weekends we're going to probably do a little bit more exploring. So we're going to stay here for a little bit longer and then go home and get ready and head out to dinner. And then we still actually have to go to a grocery store and try and get some produce, because the little grocery store that we're near, they have so many like vegan options, but they don't have tofu. So we're hoping there's actually a grocery store just near here that we're going to go for a little walk to. It's a lot bigger, and hopefully they've got some tofu, or at least some pieces that we can't get at our other grocery store. But interestingly, the groceries here are so expensive. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just tourist prices, because the shop where we're at is obviously in the more sort of, I guess, resorty section. So we're hoping this other one might be a little bit cheaper. So fingers crossed, because I don't know how I'm going to go a whole month without some tofu. We went to, I think, 3 or 4 grocery stores. The last one was the most promising. Unfortunately, still no tofu, but the lady did say that sometimes they get it, just not right now. So we're going to go back in a couple of days and try again. We did manage to pick up some things like buckwheat and some like chickpeas and beans and stuff, so at least we've got some alternative protein sources. It just means that we've kind of been relying a little bit on dairy, which we don't typically have, and my skin is not happy about that either. So we'll just keep being resourceful and making do with what we can.